What's going on, everyone? Welcome in here to TB Sports 27, and we're going to do a quick little stream here today because we are going to go over SummerSlam. SummerSlam 2023 just happened less than 24 hours ago, and what an action-packed show it was. So we're going to go live here because, well, we'll get more into it when we get into the stream a little bit more, but I want you guys to chat along with us. I want you guys to jump in. I want you guys to comment along with us. And I want you guys to talk about what you like, what you didn't like, and we'll go through everything. We got a couple folks joining us already. And I want to, see about maybe doing this from time to time here on YouTube because we've pretty much moved all of our streaming full-time over to Twitch. And I want to do this as kind of like a test, and if you guys like this, if we get a lot of support or conversation, or you guys jump in here and chat along with us, we will do this a lot more on YouTube here. I want to test the waters of streaming things like this on YouTube. Maybe we do reviews of shows, or after a big game, we kind of jump on and talk about a big sporting event that happened. It doesn't have to be just limited to wrestling, but it'll kind of go by based on your guys' support if that's something you want to see here. And the main reason wanting to jump in and do this is because in a little bit, I'm going to be jumping over to Twitch, and we're going to be streaming another episode of Universe Mode on right here, WWE 2K23. And we're probably going to talk a lot about SummerSlam in that broadcast. So on low battery, I just charged this thing. Are you kidding me? Well, guess what? Since we're not playing, give me one moment. Let me plug this in. I literally just plugged this stupid thing in the other day. Of course, already going off to a great start here. I hate these PlayStation controllers. It just seems like they die like nobody's business, right?
Come on, let's go!
Alright, I seriously had that thing plugged in like crazy the other day. Anyway, like I said, this will be kind of a little test run, and depending on how you guys enjoy it or stuff, we'll consider doing this a little bit more here on YouTube and jumping in to do reviews and things of that sort, since we are getting ready to stream over on Twitch in a little bit. And as I said, we're going to probably have a lot of talk and a lot of discussion about SummerSlam. The video's not actually going to be released here on YouTube until the end of October because we're pretty far ahead. So this is a chance to jump in. So we're going to simulate a couple matches, maybe do like 2-3 matches here. I'll give a few moments for folks to jump in, and then we will talk all about SummerSlam. I'll talk about what I liked. I want you guys to talk about what you guys liked. So hit me up in the chat, join along with us, and yeah, let's get this thing underway. We're going to simulate this tribal battle here.
And his opponent, representing the Usos.
And of course, I didn't go in. I'm just literally jumping in and starting the stream. Of course, some of the belts are still representative of what we're doing right now in Universe Mode. So you're going to see some of the belts aren't going to match, obviously, here. But let's talk about this one. Jump in. I want to know what your guys' thoughts were on everything that went down on this tribal warfare match between Jey Uso and Roman Reigns. Of course, the ending with where it seemed like the brothers were going to be on the same page. Now it seems like they're not on the same page here. And, Solo Sikoa's involvement and all that. So is it going to be Jey Uso kind of on an island unto himself? How do you guys think this one's going to turn out? Oh, am I... Okay, I did not pick... Alright, I'm unplugging here. Controller assignment. I did not pick any assignment. Perfect. Do the battle. I want to just sit and chat with you guys. I must have accidentally picked Roman Reigns or somebody. I didn't think I did, but anyway, yeah. What do you guys think? What do you guys think is going to happen here in the? We got Zach in the chat saying, "I can't believe Io." Yeah, what do you guys think? Zach in the chat says, "I can't believe Io Sky is the new WWE Women's Champion." What did you guys think about that? The old shocker there. because it was Bianca Belair that came out with the victory, injured leg and all, got the win. And then here comes Io Sky cashing in Money in the Bank, and she wins the briefcase. And a lot of people on Twitter, I don't know if you saw, Zach, but Rossi Ogawa and a lot of the folks from Stardom and people that Io Shirai had worked with in the past jumped on and were cheering her on and everything. And so it was pretty cool to see everyone's comments and how excited everyone was for her. What'd you think of the match? Both of the matches are pretty late in the night, the women's match and this match that we're seeing right here, the Roman Reigns Jey Uso match. It had been, we got Eli joining us as well. Hello, yes. What's going on? It's been a while for streaming, Eli, but we're still going strong. We upload a new video here on YouTube every single day, so I hope you're checking those out. And we stream at least 3 to 4 times a week over on Twitch, so we're still here. Hopefully you're still tuning in and all that good stuff, but like I said, we're going to do this as a test to see if you guys want to see us from time to time stream here on YouTube with you guys. We've talked about we kind of moved the full-time streaming of everything over to Twitch, and we still upload. Now, everything we do on Twitch, we do upload here on YouTube, but if this is something that you guys like or you guys enjoy periodically, we can, after a big show, jump on and talk about it. Maybe, I don't know if we can do it the night after, because with SummerSlam, if you're on the East Coast, that ended after midnight, and that's what I was just getting ready to talk about here. How long the show was. I mean, it was 4 hours and 15 minutes if you watch the whole pre-show, which I've basically eliminated the pre-shows because of, just for the sake of time. It was quite a lengthy show, and especially this match and the Women's Championship match, I think, kind of got, I don't know, would you say hurt a little bit? The crowd maybe came down a little bit because, especially, I think after those first 2 matches as well, kind of drained. And it's a big stadium, and it's the Lions Stadium, so. But the Cody-Brock match, it seemed like after that, and then Seth and Finn Balor got the crowd into it a little bit in their matches, but pretty much it was those early matches took the wind out of the sails of the audience from what I saw, and especially these guys trying to do what they could, Roman Reigns and Jey Uso doing what they could, but it was very, very late in the night. But Zach Green says, I cannot believe Jimmy Uso turned on his brother Jay. Yeah, that was the big topic in conversation, and what do you guys think about that? Where do you think that's going to go as we move on in this bloodline story? We were talking about a little bit, but is Jey Uso going to be a man on his own, a man without a party, a man on his own island, so to speak? Because now it seems like Solo Sikoa, Jimmy Uso, and Roman Reigns kind of on the same page, or maybe maybe he's not on the same page as the Bloodline. Do we see 3 groups spin out of this? Do we see Roman's group, Jay's group, and Jimmy's group? We've never really seen this, at least extended period of this Uso war. And here in the virtual world, Roman Reigns comes in and gets the victory over Jey Uso, much like he did in real life. Eli says, what do you think of Roman Reigns' title run? I'm finding it pretty boring. What about you? I don't really have that same thought. I mean, it's definitely been an epic run. Sometimes I do wish there was some explanation of why he can get away with not defending the title, because the rules have always been like this 30-day rule, and then you've had title championships that get stripped off of people for not defending in 30 days. I justify it in my head as it's Paul Heyman and his negotiation tactics that make that possible, because it was the same thing when Brock Lesnar had the championship. He did not defend it as much himself either, and that was when he was with Paul Heyman. So I kind of justify it in my head that it must be something that Paul Heyman is doing to negotiate on his client's behalf, not as many championship matches. So I wish there was some kind of like explanation there, but I mean, it was SummerSlam, And then it was WrestleMania. And I believe there was a house show, or excuse me, a WWE live event title defense that happened in the middle of all that, where I think Rey Mysterio got the championship opportunity at one of the live events. But live events are hardly ever talked about on TV ever. So, but other than that, yeah, I don't really have too many bad things. I think we were just talking about on this broadcast, but unfortunately for Brock Lesnar, I mean, the main event match, it was a great match, but it was very, very late in the night. And especially for those of us, I'm glad these are on Saturday now. AEW has kind of switched back to the Sunday model, which has hurt for someone such as myself on the East Coast. But, I mean, this show ended at midnight at 12:15, after hours, after midnight. So that kind of may hurt a little bit. But no, I'm still finding it fairly, I would like maybe think of the old days, the monthly title defense, or at least every other month would be nice. But we do have another world title in the mix with Seth Rollins' championship. So, but no, I'm still, I am not finding it boring. I do wish that there were some additional championship matches here from time to time. Zach says, apparently Bobby Lashley's making a new Hurt Business with the Street Profits. I saw a video on Instagram. Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. Yeah, that was interesting that happened this past week as well. And I kind of, patted myself on the back a little bit, because if you guys have been following my universe mode here, you guys know that Angelo Dawkins is a part of the Hurt Business with Bobby Lashley. He went on the same group with them. Not in my world, they broke up, the Street Profits, but in this world, in real life, they are still together. And that's pretty interesting to see if it's going to be a new Hurt Business for poor MVP. Ever since he went with Omos, it has not quite worked out for him. He has not quite had the success with Omos that he has had with Lashley, and much of that was replicated, if you will, in the Slim Jim's Battle Royale, where it was Omos that had quite a performance, but he ended up getting defeated by L.A. Knight. And I want to know what you guys think about that. L.A. Knight got the big win, got the big hype. He got to go to the press conference. L.A. Knight got the big win on SmackDown over Sheamus. Is this L.A. Knight's time? And how cool would it be? So, again, well, you guys don't see it. I swear I'm picking computer. I'm picking a computer because, but yeah, so like, it's pretty cool to follow somebody, at least for me at least. So I had been watching, I had first started hearing about like Stardom. When did I start watching Stardom? In 16, 17? Maybe right around the time, I would say probably about a year after New Japan World launched, because that's when I really started getting more into Japanese wrestling, is when New Japan World was readily available, and they did that first pay-per-view with Jim Ross and everything. And it was probably about a year after that I started seeing, TD, it's the person on Twitter, I think it's TDE GIFs that posts all the different GIFs and stuff. I started seeing Stardom stuff on their account, and that's what kind of got me interested, like, well, what's this other wrestling company in Japan? And Stardom World at the time, super cheap, it was like $6, $6 or $7, and I think it's still that cheap. But I currently have been unsubscribed for the last 2 months or so, because they booted, like, I went on to Stardom World and I tried to watch, and my credit card was no longer linked to the account, like it had just been booted off. And I kept trying to sign up, and it would say, congratulations, you signed up, but then I wouldn't have access to anything. And I asked on Reddit, and someone on Reddit said that happens all the time with Stardom World, that they use a third-party bank, and the third-party bank will have issues where you can get your credit card to go through, but the bank on the third-party end won't accept it or something. Basically, no matter how many times I sign up and try to give Stardom World money, it never works, and I can't ever give them money. So, so that is why I've not had Stardom World for a while, but that's neither here nor there. It's kind of annoying, but I've been able to watch through other means. But I watched from that time, I pretty much watched Io Shirai, and so it was cool to see her have her big moment in someone that I watched for a while, and that's kind of the same feeling with LA Knight. I first started watching LA Knight when he was in Impact. I've watched TNA/Impact since 2003, pretty much nonstop, and of course he came in with Drew Galloway and all those guys. Was it the Rising that they were? And I've been following Eli Drake from there to the NWA, onto NXT, and then into WWE. So it'd be pretty cool to see someone that, you know, personally you have been following for quite some time make it big in the WWE, make it to the big time. So that would be super, super cool. As a quick side note, I bought a brand new capture card, so we will see as an effort to continue to boost quality of the various streams. So as always, if you guys want to help support or whatever, you can see all the socials dropping at the bottom. You guys let me know if this is a decent capture card or not. It's almost $100, so I'm hoping so. It's the EVGA XRT Lite capture card, and I looked at a couple different reviews and people said good things about it. And so it's about $100, so we'll see if that can boost the quality. We did got the brand new PC going here and all that stuff, so, and like I said, we'll continue. If you guys like this, if you know, I appreciate you guys that have jumped in and interacted, but we'll try this maybe for a couple of pay-per-views. We'll jump in and talk, or if there's a big event, like a big game or something that we just got done with that you guys want to talk about, a big football game or a big baseball game. There were so many sports yesterday. The indoor football championship was yesterday, so it was a pretty packed evening. Today, I just have to watch the B block of the G1, which I haven't done yet. I'll do that later on this afternoon. And then there's a PLL lacrosse game. I don't know if you guys watch the PLL or not. Zach Green says, I love the cake of show. I love the cake. I love the cake of show of SummerSlam. Was there a cake? Did someone get smashed with a cake? Or are you thinking of AEW? On AEW, who was it that just got hit with the cake on AEW? Someone got the cake in the face on AEW. It was someone's big event. Logan Paul versus Ricochet. Yeah, Logan Paul, and he's talking about, Zach's talking about Jake Paul in the boxing match. Logan Paul jumped. He made it happen. He was in Detroit for SummerSlam. Got done with the match with Ricochet. Jumped on the plane. Made it all the way to Dallas for his brother's fight. Now, we got a good fight going on here. Brock Lesnar is kicked out of everything so far from Cody Rhodes in this one. But yeah, how about the opener? That we were kind of talking a little bit briefly about that, but the opener between Logan Paul and Ricochet, that went almost 30 minutes. The first hour of the show was Logan Paul and Ricochet and Brock and Cody. That, as I said, I think kind of wore the crowd out a little bit in Detroit. That is a big stadium to try to fill with noise for that long. There's a crossroads there. Cody should be able to put this one away. But it was as always, when you got those two in the ring, an awesome matchup. And then the big ending, which was, I don't know who this person is. It's a buddy, I guess. Same thing like KSI. I don't know who that is. I don't know Logan Paul's group there. But the Brass Knucks, old school, got slipped into the ring right between the eyes of Ricochet. And Logan Paul was your winner. And continues. He's only lost, one time in WWE? He lost to Roman Reigns. Maybe he's in store. Maybe he can end the reign of Gunther. Was anybody else hoping that Gunther was going to lose? I don't want the Honky Tonk Man's record to go down. I don't want it to happen. Okay, we'll do one more match. What match do you guys want to see? We can do the women's triple threat. We can do Finn Balor and Seth Rollins. We can do Ronda and Shayna. Poor Ronda and Shayna, they did not get a lot of love from the Detroit crowd for their big matchup. We're going to get the next match set up here. Let's do the women's match. We'll do the triple threat, and that'll round out this stream here. But we're going to continue. We're going to have another action-packed afternoon with you guys. So streaming here, we'll try this a couple more times if this is something that you guys are into and want to see. Leave your comments and let me know with the views and the likes. And I see a couple of you guys jumping in the chat, which is awesome and really helping show the support for that. So I do appreciate that one. But after this, we are going to be going over to Twitch. It is Patreon Sunday. So after this, we are going to go over to Twitch, and we're going to play an episode of SmackDown on WWE 2K's Universe mode. And then we are going to do an episode of WWE Dark. And I think we're going to do an episode of the XHL Hockey. So we'll give you 2 Patreon episodes here. And I think I don't think I picked the computer versus computer. So you might have to deal with me having to pause it again. But yeah, we're going to do all of that. So join us over on Twitch, twitch.tv/tvsports27. As just a reminder, if you guys are new here or haven't checked out one of our streams in quite some time, what we do, we give you basically 3 different options of how you want to consume content here on TB Sports 27. So your options are either you can join us in long form live and you can chat with us. You can sit down for 2 to 3 hours at a time and you can chat with us and watch everything in long form. You do that over at twitch.tv/tvsports27. Now, a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people don't like to sit down for 2 to 3 hours, don't have the time, don't have the means. If you don't, that's cool. Right here on YouTube, where you guys are, is where you want to join us. We take everything we do over on Twitch and we split them up into 20 to 40 minute videos, which the YouTube algorithm favors quite a bit, and we upload them here on YouTube over time. So we get way ahead of schedule. Right now, we are in the end of October on our schedule. So if you join us over live on Twitch, we're way ahead of schedule. Videos are going to be coming out 1 video a day, every day at noon, and we have uploaded all the way through August, September, and all the way up to October 20th. So we're way ahead of schedule, which is awesome because that means you guys keep getting content. But you'll get it in smaller chunks. You can watch at your own pace. That's here for you guys on YouTube. And then if you want to see everything early and ad-free, if you like the YouTube stuff but you don't want to wait for it to come out, if you want to see the stream we just did but don't want to wait for October, we now upload every single stream early and ad-free. There's no ads. And we upload it early as soon as the stream is done, the VOD, at patreon.com/tvsports27. So we give you 3 ways to consume it: short form, everyday video on YouTube, long form, interact and chat with us live on Twitch, and early and ad-free over on Patreon. So check out whichever avenue is your favorite way that you want to support TB Sports 27. This is myself here. So we got a couple more comments in the chat. Eli said, I didn't see your comment. I'm sorry. He said, do Seth versus Finn. I love that match. How about the callback in the Seth Rollins-Finn Balor match where it was the power bomb? Finn Balor power bombing Seth Rollins into the barricade, replicating 7 years ago, trying to destroy the elbow. I thought we were going to get a title switch, guys. When the coup de grace was hit, I thought we were getting a brand new champion. But dissension continues with the Judgment Day. I thought that they were back on the same page. They seemed like they were united and on the same page. But the plans went awry. Damian Priest came in, slid the briefcase in. Of course, you're looking, these are still from Universe mode. So these Money in the Bank, obviously, was with Io Sky, not with Charlotte Flair. But this is our Universe mode championships that I didn't continue on with. But yeah, I thought that it was going to be it. I thought we were going to get a brand new champion. I thought Seth's time had come and gone, but the plan did not work out. Damian Priest slides the briefcase in, curb stomps Seth Rollins onto Finn Balor, onto the case. 1, 2, and 3. And the win goes to Seth Rollins. So he retains the World Heavyweight Championship, and dissension in the Judgment Day continues on in that regard. Zach Green says, I like the kickoff show between Logan Paul and Ricochet because his brother Jake Paul, a boxing match. Yes, we talked about that a little bit ago, but it was pretty amazing that he made it from Detroit all the way to Dallas. Private jet or not, that's insane that he made that work, still in his gear and everything. And an incredible athlete. Zach says, I cannot wait until WrestleMania. It's supposed to be in Philly. Yeah, WrestleMania is in Philly this year, and a very cool logo. I like the logo, the Liberty Bell with the green and silver of the Philadelphia Eagles. Super, super cool logo. Another cold weather WrestleMania. We've seen a couple of them in New York. I'm waiting for the WrestleMania when we get them with the snow. I was at the WrestleMania in Tampa where it rained. And I had tickets to both. I had tickets to the WrestleMania, the first go-around, and they canceled it. And then I got tickets to the second WrestleMania, and I was so mad. I was in the seats, and we were ready. Wrestling was back in front of crowds, and then they made the announcement, WrestleMania's delayed. I was like, are you kidding me? Just start the show. So, but it's a pretty cool logo, and it's coming up soon already. It feels like we just got done with WrestleMania, didn't we, not too long ago? And it's coming up again. We're in August, so we're already halfway there to our next WrestleMania. 40 years of WrestleMania is coming up in Philly. And is Roman Reigns' championship reign going to survive all the way to Philly? With Jey Uso looking like he's out of the picture now, who's going to contend with Roman Reigns? Who's going to be the one that steps up? Who on SmackDown? Maybe? Could LA Knight be the one that gets the win over Roman Reigns? Could The Fiend come back? Bray Wyatt? I don't know. Who's going to be the next challenger? Eli says, I really don't want Judgment Day to break up with the best thing in WWE right now. Yeah, and I thought that they were on the same page, or it seemed like that they were back on the same page, right? After everything that happened, they seemed like they were getting back together and on the same page. As my neighbors bang around upstairs, you gotta love that. They seemed like on Monday that they really pulled things together. Why can't it's Finn and it's Damian? Why can't they get along? Why can they not get along like Rey Mysterio's son, Dominic, old Dom and Rhea? They get along fine. Why can't Finn and Damian get together and be in harmony with each other and not fight like Rhea and Dom? We got Paul Bear joining us. Hello, Paul. Glad to have you here as we're talking SummerSlam 2023. Eli says he would want Chad Gable to end Roman's title run. What'd you guys think of the commercial? Did you like Chad Gable's, what was it, the energy drink? It was Mike's Hard Lemonade. And Chad Gable's calling everyone a Mike. And then The Miz got locked into a box and they got taken away. So The Miz is not a Mike. But that was pretty funny. They've been going to war with the Viking Raiders as of late. That group there, the Alpha Academy, thank you. They're on separate shows though. Chad Gable would have to either get traded or get drafted or become a free agent. Otis, he was a former Money in the Bank. He could have been the one to end Roman's championship run. He could have ended it before it even got started. Paul Bear says, I didn't see SummerSlam. Paul, what were you doing? Well, you got all day today. Luckily, you got all Sunday. You got to have 4 hours and 15 minutes to check it out, though. Let's see. What else happened on the show? We talked about Ronda and Shayna. Maybe next go-around they could have the pit fight, because like I said, the crowd in Detroit was not into that match, whether they were just tired, whether they didn't care, but they were not into Ronda and Shayna, which is too bad because those video packages they did the last couple of weeks going to that match were pretty awesome, really detailing their history. But you know, sometimes you get stuck in front of a rough crowd and things happen. We also had Drew McIntyre and Gunther. We talked about that briefly. I don't want the Honky Tonk Man's record to end. That's one of my favorite long-standing records, but it sure seems like that thing is going to be broken. I hope we get a Honky Tonk Man appearance before this record goes. We will see if that actually comes to fruition or not. We also had, let's see, Paul Bear said, I only watched the results. Well, that's all right, however you consume it. But we're talking about it here. What result stuck out to you the most, Paul? What shocked you, or what was your biggest? What was the biggest shock for you on the evening? Look at the rest of the card. Let's Google this. SummerSlam 2023. Brock and Cody. Did we talk Brock and Cody yet? Brock's shorts got shredded in that match. Cody got the seal of approval from Brock, the handshake, the pat on the back. Man, look at how long these matches were. I'm looking at the match times. 18 minutes, 17 minutes, 12 minutes, 13 minutes, 18 minutes, 20 minutes, 36 minutes. This is like a New Japan card. These long matches. Do you guys like the long matches? Do you guys like every match being 15 to 25 minutes? I kind of don't. A lot of times sometimes when I watch New Japan, as much as I really love a lot of their matches, like some of the Okada matches, I can usually always have a really good time, but there's sometimes, like, I really like Naito and Suzuki and all of them, but knowing that they're going to walk up in a 30-minute match, I'll usually skip, like, the first 15 minutes and just go from there. So, Eli Drake won the Battle Royal. Cody, we kind of talked about, I guess we kind of talked about everything. Io Sky getting the surprise victory and how excited everyone was on Twitter about that. Gunther's getting ready to break the Honky Tonk Man record. Paul says, Brock shakes Cody's hand and hugged him. Yeah, he said, Paul says he was not expecting that. Me either. When have you ever seen that out of Brock Lesnar, right? And Asuka gets the win. Not in real life, but she gets the win here in our simulation. So we're going to wrap this one up soon. Let me know if you guys have any couple of last comments here in the chat. Jump in and pump them out, and we'll talk a couple more things with you. But we're going to wrap this one up. That was kind of our discussion about SummerSlam. Monday night's going to be interesting. Michael Cole and Wade Barrett moving over to Raw. They're just switching the announce teams, which is rather interesting. So Michael Cole and Wade Barrett going over to Raw, and Michael Cole staying on SmackDown with Kevin Patrick and Corey Graves. Does anybody miss Jimmy Smith? I really like Jimmy Smith, and it just seems like they've been playing announcer roulette with the different broadcasters on Raw, from Vic Joseph back to Michael Cole to Adnan Virk to Jimmy Smith to Kevin Patrick, now back to it's like, just leave Jimmy Smith in there. I like Jimmy Smith. So, but they got rid of him, and now they're switching things up. So we got Cole and Barrett now on Monday Night Raw. And what's going to happen on Raw? We're going to have to wait a long time. Not a long time, but like 5 days to figure out what is going on with Jimmy and Jey Uso, with those guys. But on Raw, I mean, the big thing is probably going to be Cody. And now that he's put Brock behind him, what does Cody focus on next? Does he go after Seth Rollins? What does Seth Rollins do? Is he still going to be mixed up with the judge? It feels like a lot of new chapters are going to start on Raw. Seth Rollins is going to be looking for a new opponent. I assume the Judgment Day, there might be some infighting. Cody Rhodes is going to have to decide on what he does next. And I think that message that my battery was low was incorrect, because I have not seen any indication. Actually, my battery is flashing that's very low, so I might have to plug in for a little bit before we stream again over on Twitch. But yeah, so that's going to happen there. Gunther got rid of Drew McIntyre, so I was thinking maybe Drew McIntyre would maybe take a shot at another championship, but he just got beat, so I don't think he can make a claim at a title. Gunther's going to be going for the record for the Honky Tonk Man. We got Io Sky that's starting her era on Monday Night Raw, so good stuff is going to happen. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for this little experimental stream. As we said at the top, if this is something you guys want to see more of, if you guys want to talk about the big shows, if you want to talk about big games or anything like that, leave the comments below, hit the thumbs up, and let me know this is something you want to see more often. If you want to see some more streaming coming your way on YouTube, this is something we'll certainly try a little bit more. In the meantime, I'm probably going to take like actually a quick 30-minute break. I wasn't planning on it, but I need to charge up my controller here because it's dead, even though I charged it up already. He didn't say charge. But we're going to be on Twitch, twitch.tv/tvsports27. We're going to stream some WWE 2K Universe mode as we're on the road to Survivor Series. For those of you that are mainly just YouTubers, the Halloween Havoc shows are going to be coming out soon. We just dropped a new episode of The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. So go check that out. So you're going to get a couple days of that, and then Halloween Havoc should be coming out towards the middle or end of the month here of August. But join us over on Twitch if you want to get more up-to-date WWE 2K stuff. Join us on Patreon if you want to see Halloween Havoc. It is up there right now early and ad-free. The entire show is up at our Patreon page, so you can check that out in the meantime. And we'll try this again. When there's the next big happening, we'll jump on and stream with you guys. I appreciate Eli and Paul and all you guys, Zach, that jumped in and chatted along with us. I love it. You guys are the best. And we'll continue to do that here from time to time. And as far as SummerSlam, yeah, that was, I think we pretty much covered it all top to bottom. Monday night is going to be very, very, very interesting. So let's aim for 3 o'clock. Let's go for 3 o'clock. It's 2:13 right now. So 3 o'clock Eastern time, 45 minutes. I'm going to charge this controller, and we'll jump on Twitch. We'll do some Universe mode. We'll do an episode of WWE Dark, and we'll do some XHL hockey. How's that? All in one day. We'll knock it out. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks for joining us. Continue to leave your thoughts down below. Just because the stream is over, leave your comments down below on your thoughts on SummerSlam, and I'll chat and leave a little reply for you guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the thumbs up. We'll see you guys next time here, YouTube, Twitch, Patreon, wherever you join us, guys.